Hello and welcome back to another reaction. My name is WW Dadman. You already know that. And today we're checking out 100 underrated anime openings. This is on Nito Anime List's channel, and the link to the original is in the description down below as per usual. Other than that, let's get into this. I'm looking forward to see what they consider underrated, because a lot of things other people see as underrated, I don't, because, you know, if it's pretty damn popular and like people put it in like compilations and like opening quizzes and stuff, it's not gonna, like, that's not underrated. But hey, let's see. Maybe they actually found a ton of hidden gems. Let's see. Let's get into this. And we're starting off with something that's definitely underrated, because everybody always only frickin' lists the first opening. And this is way better than the first one. This was literally on everyone's best openings of the year freaking list. How is this underrated? In what fucking universe is this underrated? I think that's pretty accurately rated, because that's pretty run-of-the-mill. I mean, the fact that that's Hiroyuki Sawano already makes that not underrated, because, like, I'm pretty sure everybody who knows Hiroyuki Sawano already knows this opening. I don't see that being underrated. I think that's pretty accurately rated. That's aggressively mid. That also was on a ton of frickin' best of lists for last year. What are you talking about? Yeah, no. That's not that great. I also don't see the appeal in that one. Like, it's catchy, but that's about it. So yeah, no, definitely not underrated. Also, that shows up in a ton of opening quizzes. I wouldn't say that's underrated if people like actually remember it enough to use it in videos. That definitely would be up there, because everybody only ever lists the first opening. The upcoming one, as much as I absolutely fucking love this opening, and it's absolutely on my personal top list of last year, this is not underrated. Like, come on, people love this. Shine on me, shine on me. Slightly underrated, maybe, because I've heard this on like some opening quizzes, but that's about it. Yeah, that definitely doesn't get a lot of attention, but the song sounds pretty good. That very much sounded the way it looked, like a 90s anime, but or like 80s, like something along those lines, early 90s, late 80s. Not bad, but I don't wanna like. I haven't heard the full thing, and I don't think that would be underrated either way. Like, it's fine. Haven't heard that one before either, like not even off the show in this case. I don't know. Didn't sound that interesting. You know, good that this is underrated anime openings and not underrated shows, because I wouldn't be able to tell you much about the shows for these. That sounds good. Haven't heard that one before, but that sounds good. Yeah, for Bakemonogatari, frickin' Renai Circulation just takes the cake in both attention and actual quality of the frickin' song. So I'm not surprised this one kinda falls through the falls through a little bit on popularity, but it is a pretty good opening. Can you hear my heart? Oh, fuck off! This is not underrated. This is on every freaking best openings of ever list I've ever seen, at least. Tired of feeling fire. Don't stop us now. The moment of truth. We were. Are you kidding me? I mean, maybe it decreased in popularity a bit, but when Heavenly Delusion came out, this was like on everybody's top lists. So I'm not sure you want to call this necessarily underrated either. This is definitely one of those where another opening of the show outshines this one. In this case, opening 2 outshines this. How is this underrated? In what world is this underrated? This is JoJo's we're talking about. And that's like one of the most popular openings for JoJo's. Apart from like the first few. I also think that's pretty accurately rated. Yeah, I can agree to that one. That's also more of a case where the opening for Steins Gate outshines the one for Steins Gate Zero. I'm always gonna agree if you're gonna say a Mayumi Shima song is underrated, because it needs a whole lot more attention. Then again, like, we even like reacted to a freaking Hololive concert recently with a cover of this, so I don't know whether you want to call it underrated necessarily, but yeah, fucking song is absolutely amazing. Honestly, the second opening for My Dress Up Darling, not that underrated. It's just more of the same. I'll be your that man. Yeah, pretty good one, but I don't think that's underrated either. That's decent. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I didn't even know they did a Baki opening. I haven't heard this one before. This sounds very much like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, alright though. Really? I also don't think that's that underrated. I see that in opening quizzes a lot. Ado's Magic. Also, I don't think that's underrated. That's pretty high on the list for everybody, right? For last year. Like, it's my second place? Or so? Somewhere around there. Magic, magic, magic. I'm not sure you wanna call that underrated either. That is one of my favorite One Piece openings. Also, nice freaking eye you've got there in One Piece. What the heck is that? But yeah, yeah, probably it's not one of the most popular ones. Although I do like it a lot. That also, like, I also knew that one before, and honestly, for anything that I haven't watched the show for a reaction, and therefore haven't reacted to all of the openings for, and I've heard it in other, like, lists and videos, I'm not sure you want to call it underrated. That is good, but underrated? Eh? That's also not underrated. People put that on their fucking top lists for last year. And it doesn't deserve to be there. It's forgettable, if anything. Also pretty accurately rated. Meh. Ergo Proxy. I've heard that a bunch of times before as well. I don't know. That's a decent opening, and I never heard it outside of when we went through all of the Bleach openings, so maybe underrated, maybe. Yes, I'll agree with that one. Odd Taxi, underrated. The amount of times I've seen this or heard this opening in like quizzes and stuff, I don't think this is underrated. Also not underrated. That also showed up a ton when this came out, so I don't see how you what your freaking idea of underrated is. Yeah, that's definitely Fate Zero. Definitely another one where the other opening outshines it. Meh. River? Really? You think River is underrated? Maybe for a Vinland Saga opening, because a lot of the others are more popular. But this is a pretty popular song. I also hear that like every freaking opening quiz ever, so I do not agree. Honestly, Cold Rain in general are underrated. That is pretty good. I don't want to, like, I'm not sure you want to call it underrated necessarily. Meh? But the world is so that's decent. I also think that was on a bunch of top lists for last year, so Yeah, that one also gets outshined by the other opening. I've heard that a ton before. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna give you that I haven't heard that one outside of the frickin' reaction to Inazuma 11. Yeah, that I'm gonna go ahead and agree on that. 86? With how long it took me to associate this song with 86 on opening quizzes, even though I've seen 86. I don't think this is underrated. The show, yes. The openings, eh. No. Not underrated. That was pretty nice vocals. Never heard this one before, so I'm gonna tend to agree. Unlike that one, which I've heard like a million times, it feels like. And I've not watched any of the shows associated. That also didn't sound that good. That one. I mean, that's cute, but that's about all that opening is. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is probably the least popular out of all 4 openings that Apothecary Diaries has gotten so far. So, yeah, maybe, but it also, there's a reason it's the least popular. Because, I mean, I don't particularly enjoy this one. That's good. Summertime rendering. For a Gundam opening, yes, because I especially for G-Witch, the Yoasobi one outshines this one in terms of tension. Yeah, this is a really freaking good opening. Never heard that one before. Don't want to hear it again. Like I don't see it. I don't see the appeal. Yeah, that really is just run of the mill. No pun intended. Wouldn't call that underrated either. That's another case of the other opening being more popular, I'd say. No. Not underrated at all. That is pretty popular. Not a huge fan of that one. That's also a case of opening one being so incredibly good that nobody cares about the others. That's pretty popular. Eh? Eh? Any Detective Conan opening is underrated. Outside of Japan, that is. I tend to agree on that one, even though it did show up a bunch when this came out, but it is pretty goddamn good. So I do tend to agree that this should be rated higher. Alicization. I'm not sure you want to call this underrated. This is probably the more popular one of this like entire part of Sword Art Online. Like, this is probably the most popular Sword Art Online Alicization opening, right? Okay, yeah, no, the other one is Lisa. They are on par totally though in terms of quality. Like those openings are just fucking fantastic. I've heard this like 100 times already as well, and I've never seen Buddy Daddies, so wouldn't call that underrated. I mean, it's catchy, but meh. I can agree on that one. Nah. Cold Rain! That is a pretty good opening, and I am going to agree on that. I think that was one of the first ones that we checked out on the first impression at opening and ending reaction. Well, opening ending reactions came up when I started doing those at the same time. But yeah, that's definitely one of the first ones we checked out on the first impression. Turning sideways. Yeah. I don't remember any of the Konjiki no Kashbell openings being that good that I would call them underrated. Also pretty accurate. Yes! I hate that you fucked up the audio balancing on that one and made that one like 1,000,000 times less loud than the rest of them, but other than that, yes, that did get way too little attention. Never heard that one before, don't think I missed anything. Well, anything Kanabun is going to be good. I haven't heard that one before. And yeah, therefore I am going to agree. I haven't reacted to Karakuri Circus, have I? Have I? I feel like I've seen this somewhere. If I have, then I completely forgot about the song somehow. No. I'm gonna get that later. That is not underrated. That's been on every fucking list. Yes. Yes. The fact that I didn't know that Nightmare did a second opening other than frickin' Death Note before, that definitely counts as underrated. That's pretty popular. That's pretty popular. Not underrated at all. I mean, compared to the two Wicked Blanca openings that are way more popular, yeah, maybe. Okay, I personally never seen the original Hunter x Hunter openings, but yeah, maybe that's underrated. I'm going to assume no from that clip because that doesn't sound that great. But I will see you in the next reaction. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. My name's WWD Dadman. Bye.